Hello viewers, welcome to your program Salone Discoveries and me, now Justice AM Tijan from KID-AFAN Well, every week, members say we can come now the U building, Ministry of Information and Communication, USAI, then can update the public with information and way relevant for the public know. And the information here can come out from ministry, departments and agencies, and we can update the public as to how then they run then different institutions. And so today we there also again for this week for can follow waiting go be the press updates for the public today. Stay with me as we discover this together.
The Ministry of Information and Communications has yesterday held the one-day validation on the draft national film policy at the conference hall of the ministry. The President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Madavio, has on Monday the 10th of October commissioned the 24 hours transfer CLSG, Côte d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone and Guinea electricity to light up Kono. Sierra Leone has achieved an overall high score of 87.5% in implementing the 2019 Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (EITI) standard. The overall score reflects an average of the three component scores on stakeholder engagement, transparency, outcome, and impact. A team from Air France yesterday paid a courtesy call on the Deputy Director General of the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, during which the formal introduction of the new regional management team for West Africa, based in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, was done. The management of Pharmacy Board Sierra Leone has yesterday started a massive media campaign to educate the general public on the contaminated syrup that has claimed the lives of 66 children in Gambia. And lastly, the Ministry of Environment, with support from UNDP, has over the weekend completed 4 regional consultative dialogue meetings on environmental issues with key stakeholders in Kenma, Bo, Makeni, Oloko districts respectively. We call on the Director of Information to do the introduction of our guest for today.
We'll now call on Mr. Hindolo to introduce our guest for today.
Thank you very much, Ministry of Information. And on behalf of the Minister of Transport and Aviation, we are here to engage, communicate, and inform the public of achievements and activities that are improving the lives of Sierra Leoneans within the transport sector. Now, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation is presenting this engagement with the Forest State as a sector led by the minister, led by the ministry, for us to understand what we are achieving through our state-owned enterprises. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation has a mandate, and that mandate is to ensure that we develop policies to ensure efficient and effective oversight of our parastatals in order for them to provide reliable, resilient, affordable, and sustainable land, air, and sea transportation. Today is the first of monthly engagements we are going to be engaging with. Now, we are here today to address issues with regards to land transportation. I know you might have many other questions, but I will advise that we focus on land transportation. That is why today you will see 2 able-bodied guys, men, professionals who are leading 2 important institutions within the land transport sector of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. The first being the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, a very important authority that we are all aware of and might have interacted with on a personal basis, either for your driver's license or for your vehicle registration. And the Executive Director is Reverend Smart Senesi, please. And the second that will present and engage us today is a very important institution, the Sierra Leone Road Transport Corporation, that are currently helping us with public transport within and without the city. This institution is led by no less a person but Mr. Isaac Kendrick. And they are both here with their teams, and I just want, before I take my seat and hand you over to them, just highlight some few things directly from the ministry. You are aware that we are implementing a project called the Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project, supported by the World Bank, a government of Sierra Leone project. We have we have made a lot of strides, and I know the public is still watching. We are working. We've signed the contract for the supply of the 50 buses. Today, as I speak to you, operators are meeting down in the conference room of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, working among themselves to come up with the companies to operate these buses, because we are moving, Mr. Ken Green will highlight and touch on that, but we are moving SLRTC from being an operator now into a regulator of public transports, both intercity and within the cities in Sierra Leone. And so that, who should operate the 50 buses, we are giving it to the private sector, and those are our own brothers and sisters who have been operating buses in this country, like Slrsa, for example, and others. They are meeting right now to form that company to operate in the East Corridor and the West Corridor. We are also strongly in engagement with the bank and to procure 100 UBA, to procure an additional 100 buses. That contract has been signed, and we are in final stages of negotiations with the terms and conditions with the Ministry of Finance on that as well, so that we improve the livelihood of people in terms of creating accessibility and mobility. The Ministry of Transport is working hard on the ferries as well, but I don't want to go into that today, because as I alluded in my opening statement, I said that we are focusing on land transportation. That's why I will limit my comments to the buses. But we have other activities in the aviation and the maritime sector, and next month we will engage you on one of these sectors going forward. With these few words, I want to thank the Ministry of Information and thank Mr. Senesi and Mr. Kendrin for being here to engage all of us on behalf of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation and the transport sector. Over to you, Mr. Senesi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ingolosheka. Good afternoon to you all. Of course, today we have the SLRSA that is talking to you. My presentation will be through the following outline: the mission and vision, activities of the SLRSA, our achievements, our plans and challenges. Because our mission is to regulate and coordinate development in the transport industry, including but not limited to the registration and licensing of vehicles, driver's license, prescription of routes for passengers and good transportation. Our vision includes safe and more efficient through a better regulation, coordination, and promotion of effective practices by all stakeholders in the road transport sector. Now the updates on our activities. We came into existence by an act of parliament in 1996. We are now doing about 26 years, with a mandate to regulate and coordinate developments in the road transport industry. We conduct fitness tests on vehicles and approve the suitability of persons to drive vehicles, motorbikes, and tricycles. We undertake inspection and supervision of vehicle repairs and maintenance for the government of Sierra Leone. We also undertake the development of the needed human resources for service the road transport industry through training and retraining of transport personnel in the public and private sectors. And most important, we promote road safety. We believe in multi-sectoral approach in solving the challenges that we are faced with on a regular basis, because we are faced with ever-increasing volumes of vehicles, motorists, pedestrians, as it does not have all the solutions in ensuring the safety of life and property of our roads, so we work with various stakeholders in the discharge of our mandate. These include the Sierra Leone Police in the enforcement of traffic laws and regulations, the Sierra Leone Roads Authority in the creation of road infrastructure, road furniture, markings and signages, the Road Maintenance Fund Administration, they are responsible for the maintenance of our roads, so we provide the financial support to them. The local councils, the Motor Drivers Union, Traders Union, Bike Riders, Tricycles, Keke Riders Unions. Since the inception of this authority, we have achieved a lot. As an institution which is not subvented by the government, we have sustained our activities through revenue generation, mainly by vehicle categorization, and in a special way we have introduced the biometric systems for driver's license in 2020 and 2021 respectively. The new biometric license data bank is linked to the NCRA so that our drivers that are licensed will obtain their documentation from using the national identification numbers that is created by the NCRA. And so once you have your NIN, it's very easy for us to update your records when you're trying to get your driver's license. And we have also signed an MOU with NCRA to ensure that even for vehicles, you will have to get your NIN to be able to register your vehicle. This is to enable us to reduce the issues of theft with vehicles. We have launched the biometric driver's license. As you will see, the photo of our minister. This is securitized. It reduces the risk of fake documents around our country. To be able to reach out to our communities, we have extended the printing of driver's license to the various regions. If you are now in Kenema, you can easily get your driver's license. If you are in Bo, if you are in McKinney, for you to get your driver's license is very easy. You just need to go to our offices in those regions. We continue to provide funds to the Road Maintenance Fund. In 2021, we provided 9.2 billion loans for the rehabilitation and maintenance of our roads in the country. And this year to date, we have provided them with about 5.5 billion for their activities. We, in 2018, signed an agreement with the Autospect company, a partnership agreement that will ensure that regular vehicle fitness tests are done. They will also be responsible for the issuance of vehicle license, vehicle records, that is the life card and number plates. They will be working with us very closely, and this helps to improve on our quality delivery, so that you will now be seeing securitized number plates, you'll be seeing securitized life cards and other products that will be given out by SLRSA. To enable our customers or our clients to be able to access our facilities, we have just recently signed an MOU with Smart Couple and Smart Systems, because SLRSA has now a Smart Director. So we have signed agreements with Smart Couple, Smart Systems to be able to fast track our payments procedures. We now have an alternative payments system wherein you don't need to come to SLRSA to make your payments, and very soon the issues of fines being paid by cash will be eliminated. You will see new fitness center. We now have two, one at mile 6, just after Waterloo, and another at Kisi. The Waterloo, the mile 6 will be for heavy duty, whilst the Kisi road will be for light vehicles. Because you see the photos for the fitness centers, and this will make life very easy, and it will reduce the unworthy vehicles on the streets. You notice that for too long we have had a lot of challenges, vehicles just found all over the place. They have been with breakdowns and etc., causing serious accidents. With this, the MOT system that is being implemented with our support, this will be eliminated. We have also successfully constructed vehicle impound yards at Jue and Miltimagai, the Godrich end, to decongest the streets and enforce road traffic laws and regulations. The authority has established 2 of these impound yards, like I mentioned, and we are grateful to the partnership with the Freetown Polytechnic and the Miltimagai University for providing the land for us to be able to use them for this purpose. We can now tow up to 1,000 vehicles to these our impound yards. Of course, we have the towing vehicles. Some are not. I know for a good number of us, we don't like to see the towing vehicles because when you park in a place that is not conducive, we'll move your vehicle to a better place for you, and you will have to pay us some amounts. Also, we have a partnership with the APF. This is in a bid to encourage the use of authentic and quality vehicle spare parts. If you go around Godrich Street today, you will see a lot of shops that are selling all kinds of low quality spares. And most times when you use them, the very day that you put them on, you get problem. So we have brought in a Belgium-based franchise with their local subsidiary called Auto Parts Freetown that are going to be providing you high-quality spare parts and even offer you good service for your vehicles. We also do training for drivers and automobile technicians. So if you have your technicians that will require support, training, and the like, you can contact our facilities. They provide ultra-modern services. What is our plan? We are not oblivious of the fact that there have been a lot of crashes on our roads. In April this year, the number of crashes increased, which caused a lot of hue and cry all over the country about deaths. I could remember around mile 91 when about 15 people were killed by the road crash. And this has been a concern to us at the SLRSA. So we have thought a lot about this, how we can be able to reduce these fatalities and crashes that have occurred on our roads. So we are at the final stage to establish the Mile 91 Highway Management Unit. That will be based at Mile 91 to ensure that they monitor the highways from Mile 91 to Mile 91 to Mashaka to Kono, etc. And we will have our staff there with tow vehicles, because most of the crashes are caused by stationary vehicles that ply the route, and once they break down on the road at night, it causes trouble for us. So what do we intend to do? We have started discussions with Slrsa. They have been receiving your monies for insurance. We want to use some of that money to help reduce these incidents. So we have developed a concept with them, and we are in an advanced stage to ensure that we're able to create post-crash centers. I've also started negotiations with National NEM so that they can provide us with ambulance, emergency ambulance, and then there will be first aid treatments even on the roads. So the highway management unit will soon be established, and we are at an advanced stage with this. We envisage that the funds from the insurance sector will establish and maintain post-crash centers within the highway management unit geared towards mitigating the impact of road crashes. We are confident that initial funding for the establishment of the structure will come from this company, the insurance industry, thus restoring the image of the industry. In addition to that, we have also developed a concept with the United Nations Development Fund to be able to support us in addressing the need for an emergency hospital at Mashaka, so that you not have to move victims way to Godrich. Most times, by the time they arrive at the point, they have lost their lives. But we are also challenged by the fact that we have had some of the laws that we intend to be domesticated, and we are working with the ministry to help us through cabinets to have those laws or legal instruments ratified and domesticated. In ensuring that we are able to reach out to our various clients and customers, we will be decentralizing close to the end of this year to ensure that Slrsa has very strong regional offices. You don't have to come to Freetown to be able to do any of our products, but at the regional levels, even though we have stations in almost every district, yet they will have the authority to be able to achieve what is achieved at the national headquarters. Our challenges: we continue to have high incidents of road crashes with attendant fatalities and serious injuries. We have poor post-crash regime to respond to post-crash victims, like I mentioned, and so we are in advanced stage to addressing some of these challenges. We have inadequate financial support to undertake our envisaged activities. The last tow trucks, most of them are really now worn out, and we expect that through government or other bodies will be able to buy new ones to help us reach out to communities that need them. Lack of coordinated data bank for road traffic crashes as well as transport-related statistics. We appreciate the Iron project that is working on the tower at our facility, so that our data collection for traffic issues will now be properly addressed. Yet we still continue to have operational tools challenges in terms of the motorbikes, patrol vehicles, tow trucks, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you on behalf of the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority.
Well, viewers, you self don't watch and listen, waiting at the update for today, where we don't bring to you, as we don't bring you the different ministries and way be there, so today where they update the public concerning the issues or the affairs then way the ministry or the department that they run through the Ministry of Information and Communication. Me na Justice AM Tijan, and this na your program Salone Discovery. I want to say plenty thank you to my executive producer, Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallo, and so till we meet again, I want to say peace.